Yo, what's up? Hope you're doing well. It's John with Be Superfly. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make your own custom header area using Mhmm. Now, of course, the easiest way to use Mhmm is to install the demo layouts here, or the demo theme builder headers, and customize one to your liking. But let's say that you don't want to do that and you want to build one from scratch. So that's what we're going to do here. On this page right here, you can see I have the default Divi menu that we know and love, and I have my logo loaded here. And so this might be where you are when you install the plugin. And so what you would do first is, by default, you're going to have this default website in Divi Theme Builder here. You're going to have this default website one. I've already used this on here, so I'm going to work with a new one. But you're going to have a default one here, and these two items are going to be empty, kind of like so here. Actually, here, I'll just do it like here. It's going to look like this. And if you don't have one here, you might just want to click Add New Template, which will, you could say, build a new one here, and it'll launch this guy. So, yeah, let's just do that. I'm going to say Add a New Template. I want to build a new one. And for you, you just do all pages. I'm only going to do this test page, but you would have all pages checked and click Create Template. And then that's just going to give you, yours are probably going to be empty here because I've already set these as global up here. So yours are probably going to be empty like this. And when it's empty like this, it's going to use the default Divi header up here and the default Divi footer. In fact, I'll save this now, and we'll see that. We'll refresh this, and yeah, we have the default. Yeah, it's using my global header here because it thinks that I haven't told it to use something different, and it's using the global footer there. But yours will be the default Divi stuff. So you want to click Add Custom Header, and we're going to say Build a Custom One. Great. Now what I like to do first is, so we have this section here, and let's just say we're going to have a logo over here on the left and a menu on the right, let's say. Or maybe we want to switch it. We have the logo over here, menu over here. That's what we'll do. So I'll pick this setup right here, let's say, and I'm going to put my logo over here and my menu stuff over here. That's fine. I like to go in and, just like you would, maybe on this section, we're going to get rid of the padding on here because we don't want a super tall header. We might do the, add a little box shadow. I'm not going to get too crazy here in what I do because there's so many things you can do. But I will just do a couple things here just to kind of get something set up. Okay, cool. And so then you can see here's my row. I obviously want this row to go wider. So what I normally do is in the row under sizing, we'll do like 96% or 90, not 9%. That'd be bad. And then it's up to you. I like to use custom gutter width and set it to 2. That's fine. Okay, now let's just add a couple things real quick. We'll add the logo module, and we'll just grab a quick logo here. I'm going to grab, oh boy, I bet it's all the way at the bottom here. Yep. There it is. I'm going to grab my main logo here. Do I want to change it on scroll? Sure, why not? I'll add this alternate one for on scroll. Do I want to link to the home page? Yeah, why not? And then now I can go in and set in this sizing under max width, set my size here, maybe 200, something like that. I can tell it to go over there. 150. We'll do 200. That's fine. Nice and big. Cool. Okay. And then over here, I'm going to add a inline menu. Now, I'm going to go to menu here and choose my main menu. Now, if you don't see this up here, it could be because, let me see here. I'm working on a test site here. But if you don't see it up there, you need to go to your permalinks and just change them to something other than plain. If it's set on plain, I believe you don't see this back here. And so make sure to do like day and name, month name, post name is what I'm using. Hit save changes, and then you'll see that back there. But this is what I have right now. Menu item alignment right. Now let's go left over there. Show icon on parent menu items. Sure, I'll keep this for now. And I'm not going to go into too much styling, but let me just save this. After I save this, I'm going to come out, and then I'm going to save up here. It won't show up unless you save up here. And you only have to do this part one time. So now it knows, like, hey, this thing is connected to our menu. Let me refresh this page, and let me see here. Oh, I see that. That's why not children of. There we go. Choose my test page. There we go. Save. And in fact, let me. Yeah, that's why earlier it wasn't showing the default Divi menu, because I had picked children on specific pages, and I need to pick specific pages. Again, you'll have all pages selected more than likely. All right, since I changed that, I have to change that up. I have to save up here since I changed the page that it's linked to. But this is now linked to the test page. So now when I refresh, it's going to show us that menu that we were just working on. If I scroll, it changes. Great. And so far, so good. But a couple things. Looks great on desktop. But you'll see here when I get past Divi's 980 default tablet breakpoint, you'll see that it stacks, which is what columns do in Divi, right? Columns. Let me go back in here and edit this. That's what columns do. So when it gets small enough, let me move this up so we can see this. Tablet, the columns are gonna stack like they should. So to prevent that, we need to add a module that comes with Mhmm called stop stacking. And all that does is just it prevents Divi from stacking the columns. So now I'm going to refresh with that, and now you see that doesn't stack anymore. Now, because I added a module under here, Divi decides to add some margin to my logo. It's just how it works. Like here's our logo module, and you'll see now that it's added margin bottom 30 pixels. I want that to be 0, so I need to go in and change that. And I think it might have, I did, this one has it too. The column. So there's some things you need to go in and adjust. Like the column now has a margin bottom of 30 pixels that I don't want either. So to fix that, I'm going to go in here to my logo, and under spacing, margin bottom, I'm going to say 0. And let me see if that handles it. That might just do it since it's not trying to equalize everything. Refresh. Well, let me go here. Okay, there we go. And so, yeah, normally the columns stack and it adds, that's why. When the columns stack, it adds that 30 pixels there. So I'm going to go in the tablet here and just come into my top column here. And unfortunately, there's no margin right here, which is a bummer, but you can go to advanced and you can say, hey, at 980, this column, margin bottom 0. and that should do it. Let's see if it does. Yeah, I think I did it. But the bigger problem is that I don't want this to, I want to switch to a hamburger menu when this happens. So let's do that instead. So I'm going to go back up to desktop. So under here, I'm going to add a hamburger, module. And for the menu, I want it to do my main menu. So you can have it do a different menu. Like if you wanted to show a different menu on tablet and mobile, I don't know why you would, but there's, I'm sure, a reason for it. So I'm going to say main. Do I want full screen, slide in left? Options there. I'll let you play around with those. And then panels are collapsed. I like panels a lot. Collapsed. We're going to improve collapse in a future version. It's fine, but panels I really like a lot. Menu button, I could have it say something next to it. I'm not going to. I could have an animation for it. Sure, why not? I can style it a little bit. My close button, I'll have the close button be purple. Do I want it to be square, sharp edges, or rounded? This page has some roundy stuff in it, so I'm going to choose rounded. Okay, and I could go, menu background. This is for when the background opens. Let's do, okay. Oh, here we go. Yeah, let's do some shoes. Why not? Boom. And then I'll just quickly throw a gradient over it. Something like that. And let's do purple over here. Great. We'll angle it a tiny bit. Something like that. Cool. Place it over. Okay, cool. That'll be our background. And you can go through and do sizing and all kinds of stuff. And same with this menu, inline menu too. You can go in and there's sub-menu options, sub-menu item options, and then more sub-menu item text options down here for hovers. And so there's lots of things in here to play around with. But we need to tell this, hey, don't show on tablet or mobile. Easy enough, right? Disable on tablet or phone. We also have this advanced media query. So in case, this menu is too long and it starts, you need it to trigger, you need to hide it sooner. You could say, hey, disable it below, 1100. And then it'll, or 1101 or what, 1101, I'll just say 1100. And disable it below that. You can do that if you want. I'm not going to do that. And the same thing, you could, you could say, hey, disable this above 1100. If this was the hamburger or something that you only want on tablet, you can do that here. But I'm going to keep it simple. Disable on phone and tablet. And then this guy, we're going to disable on desktop. I do want it that, I can't remember where I tell it to. Oh, here we go. Left. All right. Hopefully all went well. So let me go back up to desktop. I come in, now I got this happening. And my purple close button was a bad choice because it's right there on the purple. So, obviously I would go in here and I'm not going to do too much here, but I would say, okay, my close button needs to be white and my menu item text, active menu color needs to be white and my menu text color needs to be white. I need it to definitely be bigger and bolder. Maybe 821 or 18. Okay, that's enough. Let's. Yeah. And you get the idea. And so then there's spacing options to move this out. You can adjust the vertical spacing in between these items. Yeah, I should probably show that to you on here. One thing a lot of folks want to do on the inline module is menu item spacing. So how much extra padding or margin do you want between these? You can say, you know what, let's spread these out a bit. You know, this kind of stuff was harder to do with Divi. And then same thing here. I could say menu item spacing. It'd be the vertical. You know, do I want more spacing here for there? So on this one, I'd probably say, hey, let's move it away from the edge a little bit. So let's give it some, you know, some left padding, and then top and bottom. They're pretty far apart already, but I'll just say 15 to get a little extreme, and we'll see how this goes. So there's my new regular menu. They're nice and spread apart. Come in here. Now they're away from a bit, and you know, you get the idea. And so yeah, I would obviously want to change my width of, yeah, just a few more things here while I'm in here. So let's say, you know, on tablet, this is too close to the edge. So is that, I can just go into my row, into my sizing, and get my responsive. I hate I have to wait and hover over that for that. You know, maybe it's 90% on tablet. Or I could dial in a certain pixel or whatever. And then I can also see that, hey, this is a little bit, you know, I need to move it down a tiny bit. So I could go here into, actually, I would probably just go into the column. It's the first column here, spacing on tablet, you know, top. Oh, come on. 25 maybe. I don't know what it needs to be, but we'll find out. Yeah, not 25, but I can easily go in here and just inspect it and find that column. Find that 25 pixels. There it is. And just get it to where it's right in the center. You know, something like that. If I wanted to, I can get crazy and get my little ruler thing out. 43, 36. So it needs to be a few more down. So 9. Something like that, maybe. Now we got 47. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. 39, 40, close enough. 5 pixels it is. 5. And then I can adjust that for mobile if I wanted. There we go. That's more like it. All right, I'm going to stop here because there's tons of things you can do. Be sure to check out the other tutorials we have. I'll just quickly breeze over some of them. So tutorials, here we go. This test site is pretty slow, so it shows some unstyled stuff for a good amount of time. But installation, this is the one you're watching right now, installation overview. But down here, these are just shorter, more digestible tutorials on how do you swap the menus per device, the different positions that you can have. You can have the bar up here, you can have it down here, and stick down here, or scroll up and stick to the top. That's all covered here. That advanced media query I talked about. A little video on each of the modules that come with inline menu buttons. So it shows you how you can set this up in style. You can have 2 of these, two call to action button type deals, and they don't have to cover the entire header area. That's just this particular menu. This menu layout module is pretty cool. I like this a lot. You know, more on stop stacking, the sub menu options, how to create a mega menu and use that. And then a couple nice things to have. This drop down menu fixes in case you wanted this drop down to be left aligned like it is, but let's say this by now had a drop down. Well, if it was left aligned, your drop down is going to run off the page here on the right. So you can actually either tell both your drop downs to be right aligned or say, hey, I like this one left aligned, and let's just make this one, this imaginary one, be right aligned. That shows you how you can do that. This shows how you can change header color and other things, font size, when you scroll down. I'll open that demo to show you what I mean. And then a couple other quality of life things here. Here's this one where you scroll down and you get, the font gets smaller, the drop down, come up here, everything's bigger again. Yeah, it's pretty dope. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, but just, again, check out this page for more tutorials on how to do specific things that you want. That they're not very long, so it's easy to find what you're looking for. All right, y'all. Thanks for using We'll see you later. Cheers.